Adding a deadbolt lock to your entryway is not only a simple home improvement project, it's also one that can add to your safety and security. We'll show you how to prep your door and install a deadbolt in just a few simple steps. Deadbolts will work on almost any exterior door and come in a variety of models. Some offer keyed entry or come as a combo set that includes a knob or lever that uses the same key as the deadbolt. Newer products feature keypads that allow you to program a personal entry code, which is what we're installing on this door. But the steps we show you apply to most deadbolt installations. Our instructions will also work on wood, fiberglass, and most steel doors. You can print out the project instructions and tool list at lowes.com/videos. For this project, the tools and materials you'll need include a deadbolt lock, screwdrivers, and you might need batteries if you have an electronic lock. If your door is not pre-bored, you'll need a tape measure and ruler, a square, a pencil, masking tape, drill with driver and drill bits, 2 1/8 inch and 1 inch hole saws, a hammer and chisel, a dust mask, and safety glasses. A lock set template can make boring the holes for your lock easier. If you don't want to use a jig like this, your deadbolt instructions will come with a paper template. Before getting started, be sure to review the manufacturer's instructions. Some locks may install differently. If you have an existing deadbolt, the job will be easier. To remove it, take out the screws, then pull out the lock and thumb turn assembly. Then remove the actual deadbolt, leaving an empty hole for the new lock. Just be sure the hole you have in your door matches the manufacturer's specs. You'll also want to measure your door's thickness. It should be between 1 3/8 and 1 3/4 of an inch. Now we'll show you what to do if your door isn't pre-bored. If you're just replacing an existing deadbolt, you can skip this step. To prep your door, decide where you want the lock to be placed. Typically, it's about 6 to 12 inches above the door handle. Draw a horizontal line at this point on the interior side of the door and the jamb. You might find it easier to remove the door from the hinges and work on sawhorses. To bore the holes, select the back set on the template. The back set is the distance from the edge of the door to the center of the hole. Typically, it's either 2 3/8 inches or 2 3/4 inches, and you'll most likely want to match the placement of your door handle. Align the template with the line you drew earlier. Drill 2 1/8 inch pilot holes for the screws, and secure the template to the door edge. You'll use these holes again when you secure the latch. Now use a 2 1/8 inch hole saw to drill the hole for the lock body. To prevent the door from splintering, drill halfway through one side, then drill the rest from the other side. Use a 1 inch drill bit or hole saw to drill the hole on the door edge for the deadbolt. Then remove the template from the door. Now this is the actual bolt itself. If you're replacing the lock, it'll save time to match the old faceplate. It will either have rounded or squared corners. Most deadbolts come with both. You can switch it by prying off the one you don't want and swapping it for the other. If you drilled a new hole, slide the deadbolt into the hole and trace around the edge. Our kit has a jig for the faceplate. Just attach the jig to the door and with the drill, use the router bit to cut along the grooves. Then chisel out the center part left by the router. Your door is now prepped. Let's talk about the jamb. At the mark you made earlier, drill 2 intersecting holes following the installation instructions. Drill deep enough so the deadbolt can fully extend without interference. Chisel out any excess material. Place the strike against the hole. Trace around it and mark the screw holes. Drill 1/8 inch pilot holes for the screws. Then use a chisel to create a mortise for the strike. Now, whether using the holes you just prepared or the ones left by the previous lock, now's the time to install the hardware. To fit the deadbolt, make sure the top is pointing up. Slide it into the hole and attach the faceplate with screws. Retract the deadbolt if it's not already. If you have a keypad, install it now. Again, make sure the top is pointing up and the deadbolt is retracted. From inside the door, install the mounting plate. Make sure the top is pointing up. Install the screws. Connect the cable, then the battery. Tuck in the battery and the cables. And attach the thumb turn. Now move on to the jamb. Your lock may come with a dust box, which provides additional security from kick-in attacks on your door. Insert the dust box into the hole and secure it using the supplied screws. Finally, position the strike and attach it using the supplied strike screws. Close the door and use the thumb turn to check that the deadbolt fully extends. Then follow the manufacturer's instructions to program the keypad. And your deadbolt is ready to use. A simple home improvement project that adds peace of mind. To see other home improvement projects you can do, check out our lineup of videos at Lowe's.com/videos.